It is good to be familiar with varying license models. As a consumer, licensing is usually fairly straightforward, but from a business standpoint, there are several models that businesses can operate from. Here are just a few of these. Per-seat licensing is probably what you are most familiar with. Per-seat licensing involves purchasing a license for each person using the software. If you have 100 users, then you must purchase 100 licenses. Concurrent licensing involves purchasing a license for each active user in the system. For example, if you have 100 people, but only 5 will be using the system at any given time, you may purchase 5 concurrent licenses. Typically, in such a scenario, if there are 5 people in the system and a 6th tries to log in, they will be denied access until someone logs out. These licenses are usually more expensive than a per-seat license on a per-license basis, but they can end up being cheaper overall. Site licensing involves purchasing a license that provides everyone in your organization access to the software. These are typically very expensive. At some point, however, if the number of people in your organization grows large enough, the per-seat license may grow larger than just purchasing a single site license. Another advantage to site licensing is not having to worry about being audited. Buying software on a per-seat license basis has the hidden cost of having to track and account for the licenses you have purchased, particularly for those software companies that operate on the honor system. Being out of compliance, however, and running software that you have not paid for can land you in legal trouble. Therefore, even though it might be more expensive up front, your company may choose site licensing when considering the hidden costs of license tracking and auditing risk. Freeware is software that is given away and can be used for free. Note that though we talked about open source software, not all open source software is free, just as not all free software is open source. Nonetheless, using freeware in a business context can be risky. One such example of this is the use of Java, which was free for many years until Oracle decided to start charging for it in 2019. Businesses that had become reliant on this software were now incurring an unexpected and probably very expensive cost. The GPL, or General Public License, is the least restrictive of these licensing models. Software released under the GPL must be given away for free and can never be charged for. Further, the source code must be released as well. Finally, any modifications made to the source code cannot be sold and must also be released for free. This is a way of resolving a lot of the problematic concerns with freeware. Some licenses for enterprise-level software can be capacity or consumption-based as well. For example, Splunk, a log analysis tool, charges for the amount of log data generated per day. Several backup solutions charge for the size of your backups. Finally, some operating systems, such as VMware, which is a popular software used for virtualization, charge based on the number of processors you want to support.